How's the Achilles?
I told you that story in confidence, Blake.
Did you really?
I told you that in confidence, and you just aired it out. You just aired it out everywhere, man.
No, Jake said it on your show.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I don't pay attention half the time. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, well, yeah, because you didn't tell me what happened.
It was flag football, dude. I'm getting old. I'm almost 30.
No, you didn't tell me. Jake said it on the show.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers is copying me. That's what's going on. He's copying. No, listen to it. Hey, had the mustache before Aaron, tore the Achilles before Aaron, and now he comes out with that video. Oh, well, I was only in the boot for 13 days. Hey, 6 days, Aaron, 6 days. Step your game up, buddy. Those are rookie numbers.
And taking shots at Travis Kelce, which is not a smart move. Call him Mr. Pfizer.
He is Mr. Pfizer.
It's true.
Yeah, he is. He's a sellout. That's what he is. He's a phenomenal football player. First of all, Taylor Swift's ugly. We all know it. We all know it. Have you seen Travis Kelce's ex? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
She bad.
Woo. Woo. Just give me a shot.
Hey, I know that. So, but in all seriousness, everything's getting better though, man.
Yeah, man, I'm good. I heal faster than normal humans. It's either the genetics or the testosterone I take, one or the other.
So you weren't wrestling the gator?
I mean, I don't know. Was I, Blake? Hey, another thing. I think you're the biggest human ever to say nana and a boo-boo. I
think I am too.
I think it is. I was dying back here.
I think I am too. So Blain, when you had 2 kids and Coco Melon is being watched, a lot of shit I use on here is coming from kids. Like yesterday I said something about Blippi and did a whole segment about how that song gets stuck in my head. Like I can't.
Oh, dude, it's poison. You'll never get it out. It's like listening to Nickelback. You'll never get it out. You'll never get it out of your head. I mean, look at this photograph. I've been singing that for 16 years.
God, it's so true. All right, Blain Crain's our guest. So listen, we have our little board, our website, and 17 inquiries to you because of a video on your show what you had said on your show this week, Crain and Company, about LSU being soft. And you know what the sad thing is, Blain? Nobody disagreed.
It's the truth. It's the truth, Blake. And look, I'm not trying to sit out here and be the bad guy. I'm not doing that, okay? But the LSU team I watch, that shit's soft to me, all right? You're talking about catching blocks. I'm used to watching LSU people catch fades, right? Catch these hands. That's what I'm used to seeing. And there's certain things I don't want to hear. We don't have good players. Y'all got good players. Wingo, Smith. If I have to watch Harold Perkins drop into coverage one more time, I'm going to throw up. Throw up. He's an edge rusher. That's what he is. That is who he is. So at this point, and I've been racking my brain about this. Now, I went through some stats, and I know you brought up some stuff. Both your safeties lead your defense in tackling. That shit's not good. Whenever that's happening, something is going wrong. And I'm just looking for the leadership, man. The Jamal Adams, the Tyrann Matthews, the Pat Peets, these guys on LSU that used to go over to other people's sidelines and drink their Gatorade, who'd get off the bus like killers. Killers. I said this on the show. I used to be deathly afraid, Blake. Deathly afraid to watch these guys get off the bus. But now they're turning into a bunch of pretty boys. That's what they are right now. A bunch of pretty boys. If I have to be the guy, and I hope they see this because it's pissing me off, and I'm not even an LSU fan, and it's pissing me off seeing what they're putting on the field. If I have to be that guy to call them pretty boys, soft, no heart, because that's what I see. Blake, y'all gave up 700 yards against Ole Miss.
I know.
That's NCAA varsity stuff on Xbox 360. That's road to glory on varsity. I'm just having fun.
Right, like I'm playing FCS Southeast this week. I might as well pad the stats.
Yeah, I'm going for 20 touchdowns in one game. That's what it is.
Doubt.
I don't get it, Blake. I don't get it.
So here's the crazy thing about that, Blain, is that nothing that you said is wrong, but how do you have these dudes that were so highly recruited still very high on draft boards?
Yeah,
that are just like, hey, man,
I just feel like they're thinking too much, dude.
Do you think it's scheme because
I
of
think they're thinking too much. Sooner or later, you just got to let these guys play football. All right, let Mason Smith play football. Your secondary, I've seen better communication at the school for the deaf and blind than y'all secondary are talking right now. One guy goes in motion. You thought the pyramids were blowing up. I don't get it. I don't get it, Blaine.
Blaine, okay. You play receiver at the next level.
Yeah.
Okay. Please tell me that when you see that soft of coverage and dudes getting lost in the secondary during motion, my God, what are you thinking when you see that?
Thanksgiving dinner, baby. We're going to eat it all day.
Right.
All day. All day. Because it gets to the point now where you're dictating, right? As a receiver, you're dictating, right? And you know leverage early. If you know leverage early as a receiver and they're playing soft, you will eat that shit up all day.
I know. So what I know what I feel like I know, and everybody knows what they have to do up front. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's obvious, Blaine, but hey man, get out the bullshit you're running like this odd man front on 3rd and 7.
It's not working.
It's not working. Let Harold Perkins be Harold Perkins for a change. But Blaine, what did they do at corner? What did they do at safety?
That's the thing about it. What can you do? I mean, one, and Jake says this a lot, and I agree with this. Jake's a DB guy. If you're going to be wrong, all right, on a call, all right, if you're going to be wrong on a call, then everybody be wrong. Because if everybody's wrong, we're all right, right? We're all right. We'll be okay if everybody's wrong. But if one guy's running something and then the other guy's running something, we're screwed from the get-go. So first step's communication. All right, that's what it is. And look, I know y'all lost a lot last year in the back end. But second of all, these guys aren't bad players. Blake, they're starting at LSU, dog. They're starting at LSU. All right? They're not bad players. I refuse to think these guys are that bad. But one thing you do, and I used to do this as a coach, and if they haven't done it now, I don't know. I'm sitting my ass in that film room, and I am tearing these guys apart. The one thing, you know how you get to an 8-year-old kid? You embarrass them in front of your friends, in front of his friends. That's how you get to them, all right? The whole swag stuff. Ooh, look at my sweatbands. Is this chain cool? I remember LSU kids who had to get it out of the mud, had the only option. I have to make this tackle. I have to make it to the league. But now it's just the finesse pretty boys out here. You missed 34 tackles against Ole Miss. Y'all couldn't tackle me in crutches a week ago. It's that bad. It's that bad. So what we're doing all practice, I don't give a shit if you get hurt. We're tackling all practice. We're going full all practice because we're going to find out. We called it a come to Jesus meeting. All right. We're coming to Jesus today. We're going to find out who's about it and who's not about it because you have NFL players on the defense and it's blatant.
So 2 things here and kind of congruent. I feel like Brian Kelly has to take over defensively, even though he's an offensive guy. He's called defenses before. Mm-hmm. He's the kind of guy that, like even Saban, Saban's not – people are so foolish they think, oh, this is Saban's defense. Saban knows what he's trying to do offensively, right? Yeah. Let's not act like be that dumb and naive. Yeah. He's got to get involved. But another thing, Blaine, on the opposite part of that, the offense, how do you dictate to half the team that, hey, guys, all of you suck? These guys are great.
And the thing about it is, like, your offense is top 3 in the nation, top 5. No. Jane Daniels is going to be a first-round pick, right? And you got to think of the quarterback depth. If Jane keeps playing like he's playing, he's going to be a first-rounder. You know why? Because he can run.
He can run, dude.
And he's looked so good and so calm and so comfortable and collected in the pocket, outside the pocket. And you got a Lambo here, a Maserati here, a Ferrari here. Malik Neighbors is one of the best in the nation. All right. And this is going to be a hell of a matchup Saturday between Malik and Luther. And I can't wait for it, man. It's because Luther's nice too now. Luther's they're both NFL guys.
Well, I mean, and here's another thing too, Blaine. Like last year, everybody's like, man, if he would just let it rip. Well, my God, look what's happening now that he is letting it rip. You know, I think
Jane just needed confidence, man. I really
Right.
think he just needed confidence. I think he needed people to believe in him. And you saw Brian Kelly do that. And Brian Kelly never really got after Jaden's ass. He didn't talk at him, right? He talked to him, right? And
He
that's how
did.
a coach knows his
It's a good
players.
observation.
And you know, you go back to, because I'm pretty sure after last year, whatever the hell y'all put on the field on special teams, Brian Kelly got involved in that, correct?
Right, he did.
Sooner or later, like, there's a tipping point to where you're affecting my job, buddy. That's what you're doing. And if I have to come over there, because look, even if these guys coach offense, defense, they know the other side of the ball. You can coach a side of the ball so much that you automatically know the other side of the ball and what they're going to do schematically. That's just the way it works. I guarantee Bill Belichick right now could go run an offense. 100%. 100%.
No question.
And so Brian's going to have to do something.
You know what's Blaine, here's a crazy thing that this is my take, and a lot of people don't agree with me on this. I think that you got to slow the game down, though, if you're LSU. Like, you're scoring 3 drives in 20 and a minute and 30 seconds. 21 points, Blaine, in 31 in a minute and 31. It's insane. Okay. So does LSU just have to kind of slow it down with Jaden, or do you just tell them, like, look, man, keep doing what you're doing. We'll figure this out.
It's so hard for me to sit here. I don't want to touch anything when it comes to this offense, right? You really just do. It's going so good. It's going so good. You don't want to touch anything, but you have to win games. All right.
That's right.
That's what at the end of the day. And you're playing against a team Saturday. If you don't think this is Missouri Super Bowl, right? Even when y'all have 2 losses, it is, right? This is the biggest game there in a while. And Missouri's offense is nice. Schrader, nice. Offensive line, nice. Luther, nice. Brady, it smelled like someone cooked here, nice, right? But that defense, right? That defense was they're okay. Their front seven's okay, stop the run, but the secondary is dog water.
Dog water.
So I think points are going to be available at LSU when they want them, all right? And the good thing about it is, the toughest thing to do if you want to mix tempos, if you don't have an experienced quarterback, that's when it gets hard, right? But you got Jake Daniels back there. You can put your trust in a guy like that to slow the game down, but still be on top of his game 100%. So I agree with you, Blake. Hell, you got to change something, man. You got to change something, because your defense, they just can't do it right now. They just can't do it.
Well, and you know, Blaine, another thing is, even if, because Ole Miss, here's the crazy thing. Ole Miss scored 55 points. They only had 3 of them in the third quarter. LSU slowed it down, and LSU had 2 stops, right? In between there, they had a pair of stops. They only scored 3. That's the reason that every time LSU's done that, Arkansas, you came all the way back to win. I know you don't want to do it, but at some point there comes a time that you got to say, look, guys, Jaden, if we want to win, we got to do this. And so it'll be interesting. I want to get your thoughts, though, around college football. It is the Red River Shootout. I agreed with what you guys had to say today. I checked in, and it was like, I was listening. I was like, man, I think they're right there. But for people who don't, Red River Shootout is on Saturday, 11 a.m. How do you see that one going?
For one, first of all, I appreciate you calling it the Red River Shootout. That's what it's called. Anybody who calls it Sudden, you're soft. That's what
correct.
But I think you've seen the improvement with Brett Venables on the defensive side of the ball, personnel wise, and you knew that was coming. All right, you knew that was coming. Offensively, you have Dylan Gabriel, the lefty. Tua's walking right now in the NFL, so maybe Dylan Gabriel can run one day. We'll see when it comes to that. They're a great team. All right. I don't think they haven't played nobody yet. All right. They played nobody. You know, and you look at Texas, they played Bama, right? Kansas. I don't care if the Bean kid was starting. Kansas is still a well-coached football team. Hell, Rice doesn't look bad this year either. And the thing about Texas, I think Brent needs another year to really get his personnel in there, right? They're really the guys he wants. But I think Oklahoma's on the way up, right? They're coming up. But I think Texas has arrived, man. I think Texas is here. They're old up front, right? Old. Quinn Ewers lost some weight, right? Cut the hair. You add A.D. Mitchell, all right? You have Worthy. You have Brooks in the backfield. And the biggest thing when it comes to Texas, their front 7 looks good.
They look really good there.
They look physical and fast. They can go sideline to sideline. They can cover in the back end. I don't think Oklahoma is going to be able to keep up with Texas. I don't. I think they'll play better. It's not going to be 43-0. All right. Obviously not going to be that. But I think Texas is a little bit better, and I wouldn't be surprised. All right. If Oklahoma starts slow in the last 3 matchups in this game,
they go to the Arnold kid.
Starts running away with a little bit early. If Oklahoma gets in the hole early, it's going to be tough for them to come back. I like Texas in this game, and I played up to 9.5, 10.5.
Damn.
Yeah.
Stan, I was thinking about buying the half a point Oklahoma.
Really? You like Oklahoma in this?
No.
You
know what the only reason why I do that is because this is Bama's worst offense in the last decade and a half.
Yeah.
They played JT Daniels, okay, but they play backup quarterbacks too. And I'm wondering if Dylan Gabriel can pick them apart with Levy. I'm like, this is the most experienced guy that they've seen. And I'm like, well, let me just take a little – but are they going to win? Yeah. Do I think that they win? Absolutely. Like, I'm not an idiot. But I'm just thinking, like, can Levy scheme something up? Has Levy seen anything? But that little white kid, the DN from Texas with the red hair and red beard, that's Texas.
Absolutely. 100%.
That's Texas.
There's nothing better than a kid who can rush a passer with a gene deficiency. It's the best. It's the best. I'm telling you. Redheads in football are dangerous.
They are dangerous, dude. And if they're athletic, my God. All right, Kentucky, Georgia is a little interesting to me. Now, you are an Auburn fan. I would have, I have heard through the grapevine. So I would assume that you had a pretty close eye on that one. I think Auburn defensively, I don't think people are giving them enough credit. They go up against A&M. They keep that close. They go against Carson Beck, who is not really that bad. People just box score look at him. So he only threw 1 touchdown. That dude is going to be a guy. People are down on Georgia because they won late. They had to win late. Go to Brock Bowers, the Megatron that he is, the Transformer.
So
but, dude, Auburn is not a slouch defensively. I don't think they're giving either team enough credit here. How do you think, though, Kentucky and Georgia matches up?
Yeah, so I actually went to the Georgia-Auburn game.
Okay,
yeah.
How was it in between the hedges?
Dude, it was crazy. One of the craziest atmospheres. I don't like going to games, man.
I don't either.
I like turning the lights off, especially Auburn games, being by myself and just yelling at the TV for a couple hours. But let me say, this Georgia team, man, first of all, they're good. All right? Don't let anybody tell you they're not. But they're not. It feels like something's missing, right? It just feels like something is missing. Offensively, okay, they're banged up at running back. Their offensive line is good. They're giants, right? They move you a little bit, but not like last year. Yeah, I think Lad McConkey, he's on a snap count right now. All right, he's not really out there full-fledged. Once he is, he's a problem.
Mahonky's loose.
Yeah, Brock Bowers right now is the Georgia offense, all right? He's a freak. He's an absolute freak. And Mike Bobo does a great job of motioning him. He does a lot of the same things Travis Kelce does with the Chiefs.
Right.
Motion and get jammed at the line. But Georgia defensively, this is where it kind of got weird to me. They're big, right? Obviously, but they don't run sideline to sideline.
They don't.
They don't not run east and west that well. North and south, yeah, it's going to be tough going through the tackles. But what Auburn did was this, right? A lot of jet sweep action, right? And that started opening it up. And then you can hit them in the middle. And the things that hurt like Georgia's and the Bamas is a guy who can run at quarterback, right? Because you can't account for him almost, right? That's what I saw with Georgia. I like Georgia in this game because if you look at this Kentucky team, I know what they did to Florida last week. I don't believe in Florida. I don't believe in Billy Napier. He might be there another year. We'll see. Devin Leary hasn't been the same guy from NC State from a couple years ago. If you think, I still think 9 out of 10 times Auburn, Georgia, if that game plays again, they kill us because Peyton Thorne threw for 80 yards. 80 yards. If you think Kentucky, even with Ray Davis, but Kentucky wants to do what? Run the ball, get north and south. All right.
They ain't doing that this week.
You're not doing it. You're going to have to throw the rock.
Mm-hmm.
I like the game. I'm still waiting for Georgia to play a complete game. They came out flat against Auburn. I mean, Carson Beck, I still think Kirby's protecting him a little bit, which is smart. And Auburn doesn't have a pass rusher. Great run stuffers, right? But they have no depth. They have no pass rusher. And you saw that Carson Beck was back there reading poetry the whole game. So I like Georgia. By the point down, it's a cover. I think Georgia takes a step finally. I think they let Carson go a little bit. And this is going to be Brock, Mr. Bowers, all day. He's going to sun Kentucky's defense, who is good, but not athletic enough to keep up with Georgia for 4 quarters.
I'm not calling Hugh a liar, but did you hear when he said that he approved all the offensive play calls this week? I'm like, bullshit. You just called them.
Yeah, Hugh. Look,
like don't try to get one past me, Hugh.
Buddy, okay? You called those plays, and look, I'm fine with it. I want you to call the plays. I just don't want to get into the thing of the Jimbo. Am I calling plays this week, next week? Because once you do that, that's how toxic shit starts happening in the locker room and the coaching staff. Hugh, if you want to call plays, baby, you call them. You're a dog at calling plays. Schematical.
And don't go back. Don't go back this year.
No.
So they're interesting. That their defense surprised me a lot. Because look, that's back-to-back weeks. They've looked decent defensively. All right. You know which one I got to go to. Speaking of Jimbo, why does my football brain, Blaine, say it's A&M, but my gut says don't bet A&M?
I can't do it. Saban has programmed me. All right, programmed me. All right, to not bet against them. I refuse to do it. I'm taking Bama in this game. I think. Look, I like Max Johnson. I think he's a great player. Love his dad. Max does a lot of nice things, but I think this Bama defense is starting to come along.
They are. They're good.
5 sacks against Ole Miss, right? The D-line's starting to get pressure. Jalen Milroe, he's not the greatest, all right? They need to tailor the offense more to him, obviously, and you saw that a little bit last week. Right. But you're not going to win this game, and I had got into a 20-minute argument on the show with Jake and Cone. If you think you're just going to roll his ass out of the pocket the whole game and run quick game, Texas A&M is not going to let that happen.
No question.
That happen, all right? If I'm Texas A&M, the first thing I do, you're staying in the pocket. We're keeping gap integrity, and you're going to beat us with his arm. So if I'm Bama, I'm obviously running him as much as I can, all right? But you're going to have to 3-step 5 drop him sometime, whether that's taking shots, going through progressions. Look, man, you're a quarterback at Alabama, all right? Sooner or later, you got to take the training wheels off, buddy, all right? You got to be the guy everyone expects you to be. I'm not talking about going out here and throwing it 30 times a game. No, 17 to 22 attempts, for sure. Between that number, I think so. Some of those can be rollouts, but if Texas A&M, one, doesn't respect the deep ball, all right, doesn't respect the progressions, they're just going to sit on you the whole game. And I don't think Saban's going to let that happen.
See, that's what I'm glad I talked to you, because something tells me. I mean, the only thing, Blaine, the only reason why I'm going A&M, or would even remotely think about it, their 4 D linemen look like Ninja Turtles. They are going to get after your ass, bro. They got beat by Miami, but
Miami kicks their ass now.
They can kick ass, man.
The thing about it, I go back to that Miami game, dude. And I know Cristobal's known for upfront play. But, dog, that second half, Miami started whipping their ass up front. Whipping their ass up front. And I know it's a different team with Miami. You got Van Dyke. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but Miami has better skill players than Alabama.
Oh, no question.
So, man, I wouldn't be surprised if this game's low scoring. But, Blake, I can't I'm not ready to get into the business of betting against Nick Saban.
What's going to happen if he loses, though? Either one of these coaches, either one. Do you know the melt that we have in store for us on Monday if either one of these two fan bases lose?
Oh God, I think it'll be worse for Jimbo.
I do too.
I think it'll be worse for Jimbo if they lose this game. What are you gonna say to Saban?
Right. I mean, he can do this and
say,
you
forever. If you're a Bama fan, you should forever say thank you to Nick Saban. That's what I don't give a shit if they lose this game or not.
Hey, and there's some rumors out there in the ether that AJ Swan might hit the portal and go a little.
Really?
Yeah, some rumors, some deep message board rumors are starting.
Wow, diving deep in the rabbit hole, sir. I like
deep in the rabbit hole. Hey, when the gummies may or may not kick in late at night, I start reading these conspiracy theories. Reddit, dude, bro, Reddit. Oh my God.
I know, right? I know, right? Wow.
All right. Blain Crain, Crain and Company. Well, first off, I had Jake, I had Cone. I didn't tell you this Congratulations on the 100K subscribers, dude.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
awesome.
It's wild. It's wild.
I love it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You keep kicking ass too, man. I watch you every day, Blake. I tell you what, you like from a one, you can tell you played, right? You can tell you played.
Thank you.
Analysis and just the way you can mix jokes and be serious at the same time, dude. Keep blowing up, man. Don't forget about us little people now.
No, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Don't forget about us. Don't forget about us.
You're
hey,
crazy.
You remember those days? We got to come back down there, man.
Gator.
Yes, we got to come back.